can't prove it, bro. They can't
Everybody
debunk
in
the
it?
truth. Yep.
Sure. You might want to scoot over here. That worked out. Yeah, they bugged out, man. Matter of fact, before we get into it, because I know we get in the spirit. Any brother want to do the intro?
Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
Shalom,
Shalom,
shalom.
shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the house of David, speckled bird Israelites. They always say shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
No.
44.
Shalom. Another day, preaching out here on the highways and byways till the Lord seals all the elect, which we pretty much think they sealed. But we was just talking to a bug out, who was into that Christianity songs. He coming up here asking me questions, talking about some group about wit. Do we believe we say by the law or we say by grace and all that? And I told him, what the scriptures say. Ephesians 2:8, we say by grace. We have to keep the law, but we're not saved by the law, because there is no. If we could keep all the laws perfectly, like the scriptures also say, there would be no need for Yahushua to come. We was perfect.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I got Matthew 5 and verse 17. One of the milk scriptures, one of the first scriptures, some of the first scriptures, I should say, that you learn when you first come into this walk, man. Matthew 5 and verse 17. Think not that I'm come to destroy the law or prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill, right? The prophecies, right? The law is not done away with, right? We're not saved by the law, as a brother was telling the little bug out that came up here. Saved by the law, but we must show faith, and how we show faith? By keeping the law to the best of our ability, right? Matter of fact, verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, check this, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whatsoever shall do, you see, shall do, because the law ain't done away with. It doesn't save you, but the law ain't done away with. And teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. You see that? So there's a difference. Yahweh Ratazah, we of those men. We telling you the cheat code of Yahweh Ratazah, you of the elect, to get out from the incoming destruction.
Y'all see those missiles flying, man?
Yeah.
From Iran, man. They firing back. They not scared.
Get rocked over there. That made my weekend.
Hey, for real, man. I was jumping for joy, for real,
man. I was ecstatic.
How are they the people, man? They ain't supposed to be no war if the real people was over there. That's how you know they not the people.
Y'all been told countless times again that eventually Israel and Persia or Iran was gonna get into it, man. And the least of the flock shall draw them out. Now you seeing all these other nations that's on the back burner, man, and America is gonna eventually have to get into this too as well. Why they're trying to say that they had nothing to do with it, but yet they over there shooting down missiles.
Yep.
That's how America gets down. They tell nothing but lies, trying to cover themselves. But hey, America's the whole laughing stock of the whole world right now, and everybody's starting to see this place for what it really is, man.
I mean, that birthday shit show, man, I'm like, dude, it's like Gavin Newsom said. I don't like Gavin Newsom neither. But he hit this on the head. He said, how weak you gotta be. Throw yourself your own whack birthday party. What are you, 5?
What was it? The budget is about
Between
45
25 and 45 million.
wasted.
You ain't got money for Social Security and Medicaid, but you got money for that bullshit. They tore up the DC streets with them squeaking ass tanks.
Yeah.
And then the soldiers was mocking you. They wasn't in lockstep formation because they didn't want to be there, because they don't like it. Because of the fact that he called them lazy and stupid, for one. And number two, he's using them to stroke his ego.
Yeah.
When he's a 5-time draft dodger. Now, what did we say way before this parade was even an idea? We said that Active duty does not respect draft dodgers, especially draft dodgers over them. You can't. How can you?
You ain't been in the same groups as them.
Exactly. You trying to tell us what to do, but you don't even know what you're talking about. That's what makes him so hard to respect. But yet, at the same time, Trump insists on being respected. Well, you got to give the people something to respect first, besides a bunch of orange-ass lies.
Hey, you see, in the ancient world, the king used to go out there and fight. See?
Yeah.
That's how one of our kings ended up dying, which he was meddling in other man's affairs, right? Which that's a blessing for another day. But, you know, the Lord took him out for, you know, joining in that war, right? But once again, in the ancient world, the king used to fight. And there's no coincidence that they're having this march. Well, they did have this march on Saturday, the No Kings Rule or something like that. No Kings.
No kings.
Yeah.
Protest.
No Kings
I
protest.
believe that was all set up, man.
It's some
You know what,
hypocritical
though?
shit
Yeah.
to me as well, bro.
I think that was aimed at us.
Yeah.
I think that was aimed at the Israelites because Edomite made this very good point. He said, where did they get this No Kings protest map from?
Yeah.
It was generated by the government because the government, if they didn't want this to take place, they could have stopped it. So it's a good chance that they organized it. So if they organized it, they named it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like they took another little cheap shot at us. The Sears, I forgot what it stood for. But that was an aim at us too. But see, you're not slick, Esau, because you are with the shit, but at the same time, you're gonna get a sheriff down in Florida to make this statement if you throw a brick.
Yeah.
If you aim a firearm at one of our deputies, we're gonna be notifying your next of kin because we will kill you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So why you got your people setting up the bricks then? If you just want a reason to kill them. See what I'm saying? You see how these people set you up to murder you and then hold themselves not guilty.
Yeah, another reason why how you can tell that was all set up, because some of the flyers that they were passing, wear a mask, you know, it was saying how not to get caught. Wear a mask, do this, do that. You know, that's all set up. You know, I thought the revolution wouldn't be televised, man.
Exactly.
You know, come on, man. I thought you would just get up and go do it.
You know, in
You know?
LA where they had them riots, said my mom told me she knows somebody that live out there, and she said it wasn't as bad as they made it seem on the news.
Yeah, you
I'm
see.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not surprised. That's what you saw do. They overhype shit to get people scared and in fear so they can comply. That's what they want.
That goes all the way back to Edomite Playbook 101. If they pump it around the clock on every major line-ass news network, it's a psyop because they need you to believe them. That's how you know it's a psyop, when it's being pumped around the clock. All over social media, all the outlets. That's how you know it's a psyop. So take that with a grain of salt, because Esau, yeah, he'll lay some truth in there here and there, but for the most part he lying because he needs you to believe a certain narrative.
Yeah.
I got Obadiah verse 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out, or how are his hidden things sought up? Because Yahweh Shah is exposing this man. He's making his own people expose him. And you got there's cameras, you got the internet everywhere. You can't get away with stuff. And then when he's doing it, he's sloppy on it. So everybody's able to put the pieces together, especially the prophets, and we're able to filter through the scriptures and break it down to you what's really going on. So this man, he think he getting away with nothing. He ain't getting away with nothing. The Lord sees everything.
I got this. Unless the brother got something.
No, he went into something about you know, these cameras everywhere. It's a company out here right now. You know, we already know they got cameras set up everywhere, but they on the verge of intensifying the camera activity, man. In this place is called the Palantir. Yeah, the Palantir. And this place is named after a crystal ball. And when you look into a crystal ball, it gives you the foresight to see things that are not around you. And that's what this place is all about. That's what made me think about that when you mentioned the cameras, man. And they're gonna be making these camera things more and more, even though they're relevant now, it's gonna be on a whole nother level, man, to where if you think about committing some type of crime, they're gonna know you're gonna commit commit the crime before it happens. That's the AI technology that they bringing out right now as well.
Pre-crime. So like that movie Minority Report. Same thing. They arrest you before you commit the crime. Well, if I'm arrested before I commit the crime, then I didn't commit the crime because I'm in your custody.
Yeah.
See?
And don't be surprised they try to use that on us, right? Try to bring you in. The scriptures do speak of in Revelation 2 and verse 10, you know, the devil shall cast you into prison, just roughly paraphrasing the scriptures. You know, they may use that. They may use a similar tactic like, you know, the no kings, just whatever. Right now, they also putting out, you know, what is it? You can't say anything about the issues, the big noses. You get thrown into prison for that. You hurt somebody's feeling, you get thrown into prison or sued for that. You know, this walk of ours ain't for the faint of heart, man.
But they luring the small hats to death traps by promising them food.
Yeah.
Now, the small hats doing this to the Palestinians.
Yeah.
They luring them out in the open saying, we gonna give y'all some food and then murder.
Yep.
That's what they do.
Yep. They wicked as hell, man.
Them God's people, right? Well, if they was God's people, they wouldn't be over there getting rocked right now.
They over here trying to flee. What you fleeing from? I thought God was protecting you.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I sent it in the group chat or not, but there's a Ish from Cleveland. She went over there to our homeland, all right, over there to Israel, and they over there shitting their pants, man. They scared as hell, you know.
Now ain't the time to be scared.
Yeah.
That comes later. They just throwing firecrackers at you.
Yeah. This just warming up, man.
You know what I'm saying? And then Iran, they shot all their bullshit missiles at you to overload the system.
Yeah.
And then when that Iron Dome got overloaded, that's when they hit you with their real stuff.
Yeah.
They know how to play you.
And even with that, when you said the small hatters brought the Ishmaelites over there to bomb them by setting them up with the food, that's one of them traits of Esau, man. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Ooh. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. And that's what they did to them, the Ishmaelites, man. Shot them missiles over there and start killing them people, man.
Yeah.
That's how they move. That's how Esau gets down.
Yeah, he's truly the base of the base man. And how you know that is because when you fighting someone, you don't go after the weak, right? If you really that man, you gonna go up face to face, man. You know what this man is doing? He's tackling schools, hospitals, like the brother said, elderly,
women,
yep,
children. He ain't gonna go head up with a straight up military. No, that's why he do all this little sneaky stuff to the Palestinians and then cry victim. But y'all don't know about Esau yet, because y'all still trying to love him. Because if y'all did, we wouldn't be out here teaching. You will already know. But you don't know because your cognitive distance is turned up. You still got hope in Babylon. You better let it go. Because this man gonna string you along all the way to that chip with lies. Giving you false hope. Ain't no false hope.
Those allied with Iran, Russia.
Yeah.
So America's gonna be pulled in.
America never was out. They were just lying like they ain't got nothing to do with it. This is a world stage. These are actors. Yeah. They pretending like they in opposition. No, they working together. Trump works for these people.
Yeah. Yeah, the post just came out today. It said the U.S. is helping Israel shoot down some rockets from Iran.
Didn't I tell you?
Yep.
Because they don't have an air force.
They support them.
And they said that they wasn't going to get into it. But now they being rocked into it, man. The least of them shall, what is it?
Least of the flocks shall
draw
them out.
Yeah, the least of the flocks shall draw them out. The water.
That's why we tell y'all, you cannot go on the line words that this government says. You got to watch what they do. That tells you everything you need to know. When they get behind the podium, just hit mute.
Yeah.
Because they lying.
Yeah.
Especially their press secretary, Caroline ass Levitt. That's all she do. That's her job, to lie to the public.
And then you got this Jake over here which he was listening for a little minute, which we dealt with him in the past as well. He was talking about he's going to go to our Holy Land and live there or stay there or whatever. We told him not to, but you know,
Go on over there.
hey, go ahead.
Iran
That's all
is
you
not
need.
through busting.
They're not gonna embrace you with open arms over there.
Hell no, they don't like you, Jake.
Yeah, it was years ago they was pushing Jake out of there. Jake that was born there,
Yeah.
literally born there, and they was like, nah, nigga, you out of here. Which, through the Spirit, that's actually a form of mercy, because there may be some of the elect that's with them that the Lord's going to draw them out and, you know, get them beamed up. But for those that are fighting there, you know, like that Jake that came up here, those that's fighting, you know, you want to go back, go ahead. You're going to get melted.
That's why you got to have the correct understanding, the Holy Spirit working through you, you know, from the Yahweh Shema Shah himself, because that dude don't have it, man. He never had it.
He
It's
over
all-
there, Slaggy Hawk. He over there trying to put on the pastor voice.
Yeah, I heard it.
I was running up here, but I was like, hold on, let me get with Ock. Let me see if he's all right.
Yeah,
Cause I'm like, the damn bug out would come out of nowhere when I had to run to get my phone. He over there putting on the pastor voice. Slaggy Hawk, go
I
ahead.
didn't even see where he came from. It's
Yeah,
all-
he was over
came
there.
out
He was
nowhere.
over there. Yeah.
Popped
yeah.
up like a trash can like on Sesame Street.
Hey, for real.
God, it's Isaiah 8:20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them. And that Jake, man, he don't have no light in him, man. He's still on the same shit he was on last year, a couple years ago, whatever that was.
Yeah.
He ain't never changed, man.
Yeah, was it last year? Damn, Tom be flying.
I
It
think-
might,
I
it might have
thought it
been
was-
2 years ago
It
now.
might have been.
He was handing out the flyers and shit.
Yeah.
Walking around with a Bible
He's still doing the same thing.
just to be seen of men, but don't even understand it. And then when we try to get you to understand it, you refuse it. So what's the point of you acting like you're religious? And the ones that piss me off the most is the Israelites who wants to be Jewish.
Bruh.
Man, I'm like, dude,
Bruh.
don't you know they want to be you? Why you want to be them?
What's
Bruh.
going on?
I shit you not. I went to the Muhammad Ali Center, you know, just to bring my kids there. They had like a little free, you know, you get in there for free, you know, and they had little events over there for the kids. So I brought my bunions over there, and I shit you not, I saw this Jake, and he had the
Yeah, curly
he had
fries.
the curly fries.
Come on, man.
I was flabbergasted. I'm like, nigga,
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What barbershop did that? to
let you do that? What barbershop let you get out like?
I bet he had the hair rollers, the pink rollers and shit.
I shit you not. Oh man.
He said, let me get that ish.
Let me get the
Let me get the ish, man.
Now he could have been. You know, we understand through the Spirit there are chocolate Edomites out there,
Tears, man.
but tares running around here. But at the same time, you do have some bug out Jake, like Amari
I
Stoudemire.
was thinking him too.
Yep, it's over there. You learn that you Israelite, but then all of a sudden, when they threaten your money, he's like, nah, I'm with the issues. See, that's bugged out. Another bugged out. It's the same nigga. He gotta go. Put some curses on him, man.
Man, Jesus do y'all like that?
It's the same nigga. You see, right when the elder was talking about the drive-bys,
You know what I'm
these,
saying?
These Christians are done, man.
What was he screaming? Saved! You ain't saved.
Just like the Edomite that was on the bike, went all the way up there. Now he want to address us.
Yeah.
And then the next week
You come back with a
he
little
come
revolver.
back with his shirt up, trying to show us his little side arm. Like, man, if this book made you go get a pistol, you are so weak. You are weak as hell. Why you need a pistol against scriptures? Because the truth was cutting his ass to the point where he wanted to murder. That animal surface in his ass.
Yep.
The same as all these other Edomites who don't deal with reality or truth. That's when they want to murder.
Yep.
You don't believe their lies, you don't believe their narrative, they want to take your life.
Yeah.
Hey, like you said a couple weeks ago. All you got, hey, go ahead, I say it. You can break it down.
What's that?
When all you gotta do is push that certain button.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't
you
believe-
oh yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
that, you push that They all hate us, man. I always say that all the time. They do hate us, man. And even if you cool with one of them, until you type in that right code, that ABACBBB, man,
Yeah.
that blood code, that's when they gonna show themselves, man. And you know they thirsty for blood, so they definitely go to show you they hate you, man. Like they like even with our people now with this Cognify thing going on, most of our people are the ones that get thrown in these prisons, you know, and they talking about cognifying these people to where they gonna cut a hole in your head and put some type of C-hip in there to where the crimes that you committed, you can feel the pain of the people that you did the crime to, and they got a rehabilitation system inside the chip that'll cause you to change your mentality, and it'll also help you get out of jail quicker. So they basically saying if you got 40 years, but if you let us do this to you, we'll let you get out of jail with this rehabilitation chip that'll help you not, you know, cause these type of murders or crimes anymore.
Man,
and our people they real quick to side with the devil, man. So they gonna take that.
They
Gonna be
made,
a lot
a movie, they made a movie about that.
Yeah.
Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. If you haven't watched it, watch it. They made a movie about it, and it's one of my favorite movies for real, because it go hard. But what they did, and then this is the thing right here, the most wildest animal to ever walk this earth. Now he gets to determine what's moral and what's not, what's just and what's not. The biggest liar, thief, murderer on the planet, on stolen land, which is why you'll never have real justice here, because you got thieves, liars, and murderers telling you what's just and what's not. So how do you think the police gonna ever get punished? You cannot send the wicked to investigate the wicked. That's why the Lord coming, to put all their asses in a sling.
Check this out. I found some more stuff on that Cognify.
Yeah, matter of fact, speak about.
I got some more info on this Cognify, a little bit more of a breakdown on it. It says futuristic prison concept. The Cognify concept envisions a prison system where criminal sentences could be potentially shortened by undergoing a procedure to implant artificial memories. These artificial memories created using AI will be tailored to the individual's needs and could simulate the consequences of their actions or induce remorse. The concept is inspired by the White Bear episode of Black Mirror, which features memory manipulation as punishment, man.
They got a movie for that too. Total Recall. They got two of them. The first one was Arnold Schwarzenegger. The second one is with they did a remake of it, but it's good too. Yeah, they programming your brain with false memories. And the reason they want to do this with prisoners, because when you go to prison, you have no rights. So they're gonna use all these prisoners, mostly Israelites.
Y'all want to scoot it?
They're gonna use mostly Israelites as lab rats. You think they're gonna get this right on the first try? No.
That's how you know it's you taking that Revelation 13 and 16, man. You basically submitting that he's your God fully when you take that. So why would you think you could just pull it out and then the Lord's gonna save you? That ain't how it's gonna work. Once you take that, you done.
Yeah, it's gonna connect to everything about you. It's gonna know what you like, what you dislike, what you eat, what you don't eat, all your medical records. And if you speak against this system, they can turn it off, man. I seen a video about that today. It's gonna get to the point to where when you get these implants put in you, if you speak against it, they can shut it down or out and oust you from being to be able to deal with personal necessities in the world, things that people do on a regular basis, man.
They did that too in that episode of Black Mirror. I think it was one of the most recent ones because they came out with a new season where the girl, she took it, but she had to keep upgrading to you know, get better access to certain things that she needed. And they was like, well, if you get this, you pay this. That's how Esau do.
Yeah, string you along.
So he can string you along, like the brother said, man, and you'll be fully in his matrix. You can't get out.
Just constantly getting new shit, new upgrades. It sounds like a damn video game. It sound like you doing a side quest to get an upgrade.
This ain't no video game. Once you die, man, or you get judged, it ain't no coming back from that. That's over.
Yeah, if y'all haven't watched that episode, go ahead and watch it. I believe this is the first or the second episode. I think it's the first episode of the new season. But if you watch that, you know, I ain't trying to spoil it for those, but you know, the dude is trying to keep up with the payments, and you know, it goes to show you, you know, like the people out here in the world, you know, they're trying to get famous, all that stuff. You gotta do some unseemly things, yeah, some strange things for a piece of change. I'll say it like that. So eventually, it came to the point. He's like, man, I can't keep paying for this subscription service, man.
You think if people get to the point
That's
to
what
where
they
they're in
want.
desperation, they ain't gonna do what they have to do, so to speak? No, they gonna do it.
They call it the revelation of the method. It is often described as a method used by those in power to subtly expose their plans or intentions, sometimes through media or other means, in an effort to extract free will consent from the subconscious. So these people show you these things on television.
Shalom, brother.
They show you the truth from plain sight. Shalom.
Shalom.
They show you the truth from plain sight. That's how Edom gets down. A lot of you people take this as if the Simpsons predicted this, and no, they showing you what they're going to do before they do it, man. They was talking about this chip shit years ago with the Simpsons, but they wasn't really speaking on it. Now you see everybody speaking on the chip.
They're trying to gaslight it to make it seem like it's ridiculous, so nobody won't believe it. That's gaslighting in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And you know what else Esau trying to put in place to make these 15-minute cities work? If you are designated to a 15-minute city, if you go outside that 15-minute radius, your money don't work.
That's like
The
the
episode.
of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Your chip don't work. Her whole brain shut off. Literally.
You got to go back to your designated zone.
She kept getting, well, you know, I don't want to spoil everything, but she kept getting like glitches. You know, I'll just say it like that. And her husband was like, "What the hell? You know, what's going on with you?" It wasn't even her. It was that thing inside her head controlling her.
Yeah, Esau, he think he got all the bases covered. He think he really thoroughly thought this out. But your first mistake and your biggest mistake, number one, is not thinking that the Lord exists. That's Psalms 14:1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. There is none that doeth good. They have done abominable. They are all corrupt. They have done abominable works.
Jake still don't believe things is happening. They showing you. What more do you need?
See, that's what Esau. And Jake get this from Esau.
Yeah.
If I can't see it, touch it, taste it, it don't exist. If I can't hear it or see it, it don't exist. Okay, if that's the case, how do you explain the wind?
Hey, that's like my coworker, man. You know, I ain't telling them about the truth or nothing, but you know, just having a conversation with these people at the work, you know, these NPCs. I was like, you know, I was saying it in my head because he was talking about his brother. His brothers, you know, my brother sound crazy talking about it's the end of the world. The end of the world is near and all that stuff. And I'm like hearing him talking about his 401k. He's investing in this. He can't wait to do this and do that. I'm like, your brother, yeah, he bugged out, but he's more on the mark than you, right? He kind of see things a little more clear than you. That this place ain't gonna be here forever. Like where's your mind at? You seeing all these things come to pass, and you acting like nothing ain't gonna happen, man. So yeah, your brother is a little bugged out, but he sees it a little clearer than you.
They got that all from Esau. I always use this scripture for Jake too, even though it's mainly talking about Eve, but Jake moved in the spirit of Esau as well. You know, with that pride and all that shit. This is Psalms 10:6. He has said in his heart, he shall not be moved, for I shall not be in adversity. So with that mindset, Jake constantly does what Esau does. He's stacking his paper. He think nothing is going to happen, that everything's going to be all right when the shit hit the fan. But not understanding that, hey, the dollar is getting ready to collapse and they getting ready to switch everything over. Jake don't believe that. But Proverbs 11:4, riches profit nothing. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death, man. So you want to be a part of this hopeful elect, man, to be out doing this work, man. Lord willing, we are of those man, and we will be delivered up out of here and have that covering over us in that time. While a lot of y'all chasing that bag and trying to be like Esau, you holding hands with him, he's not going to go unpunished, man. You're going to be thrust through with him.
I got one if brother got one.
I got one real quick.
All right.
It's Isaiah 30 and verse 9. There's a lot of you, Jake, say, I don't believe it because of who it's coming from. you know, which is the Israelites, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. You don't like the message so much because of, you know, we look like you. You know, if we was some Edomites up here, you would be willing to listen.
Dancing and singing and everything.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 30 and verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speaking to us smooth things, prophesy deceits, get ye out of the path, and turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And that's what Jake wants. They don't want to hear, you know, what we preach. They don't want to hear the name Yahweh Shemel. They want to hear Cesare. They want to hear damn cheese and rice. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear good things, even though it's right in your face.
Some of our people, they just think that Esau accepts them, just like Northern Kingdom. They didn't got their nigga wake up call, because a lot of Northern Kingdom women, you dyeing your hair blonde, you're light skinned, now they think you white.
Yep.
And then I'm tired of seeing videos of Northern Kingdom saying that they pissed off because Jake would not help them protest. I'm like, first of all, we did help y'all. We helped y'all by telling y'all not to come here, telling you that it was a trap, telling you how Esau get down. Y'all wanted that money. Now you in prison with no jail record.
Yeah. Esau, I mean, it's like Northern Kingdom had to learn that twice, right? It's like, how many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man, right? When Esau first came over here, he bagged you up, shipped you out. Now he bribed you, and now you're getting shipped out again.
Yeah.
It's like Jake, you know, Jake over here, Southern Kingdom, like the brother said, we've been trying to tell you, these ain't your people. These ain't your friends. Just because you dye your hair, or some of them, you know, some of them naturally born with it, so they already thinking they something because they look a little more similar to Esau, but with a nice coke body, you know.
Yeah,
a
just
little more
because you ain't
salt
dark
in you.
skinned,
Yeah.
man. No, that don't mean
that,
nothing.
that don't mean nothing. This devil hates you just as much as he hates Southern Kingdom, man.
I seen a video where this Northern Kingdom woman, she was talking about a lot of you Northern Kingdom, I ain't to cleave on to the Southern Kingdom. Y'all seen that video?
Mm-hmm.
I
ain't
seen
seen
it.
that one.
There's a lot of mixed emotions out there, because it was a woman from Northern Kingdom on CNN lying on Jake,
Yep, I
saying that
seen
it
that
was
too.
so-called black people looting in LA. And then this just came to our attention too. The leader of the Proud Boys is from the Northern Kingdom. So y'all need to work out y'all own issues within y'all little circle before you try to address anything to Judah or Jake. Y'all got a lot of in-house shit going on that y'all need to solve. Y'all need to handle that
Yeah,
before you bring it to us.
Yeah, that's why we need Yahweh Shah to come back, to bring back. Right now, we're kind of looked at as two nations, but we're going to be coming back together as one nation. You know, that's why we need Yahweh Bashim Shah to fix us, man, because our people's bugged out, man.
Yeah.
Joining
Yeah.
hands with Esau, you know, moving like Esau, blaming Southern Kingdom for doing, you know, that's where'd you get that from? You get that from Esau, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Northern Kingdom #1 mistake. Judah too. Y'all #1 mistake, y'all biggest mistake was thinking that this man likes you.
Yeah.
It never trust thine enemy. That word never is there for a reason. It didn't say never trust thine enemy except after 2,000 years.
Yeah.
It didn't say that.
God.
Never means never. I got this another route that our people go on too. This goes for Northern and Southern Kingdom. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 11. In those days there went out Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Look, y'all want to join hands with the Lord's #1 enemy? How you think they're gonna pan out for you? Not good, because you said those that's tied to him, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, you're gonna be thrust through.
What is that, Isaiah 13?
I got before you get that, I got Isaiah, Jeremiah 5 and verse 23. But this, people have a revolting and rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. Neither say they in their heart, let us now fear Yahweh our power, that giveth rain, both former and the latter in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. You see, you didn't want to fear the Lord that controls everything, right? Check this, your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholded good things from you. You see that? So instead of being blessed, now you're getting jacked up. Northern and Southern Kingdom's getting jacked up, man. Right? Jake, in this new age, well, Slakia, really in the last days of the last days, have to learn the hard way that this man has never been your friend. He is, like the brother said, your number one enemy. He's the Lord's number one enemy. He is that lump of clay that's made to go off. That lump of clay that's made to be destroyed. That lump of clay that's set as an example to the other nations how not to conduct yourselves through the Spirit.
You're fitted for destruction.
Yep.
A lot of y'all made this mistake too. Y'all believe Esau. And it comes from a very complex system of conditioning over time. Starting in what? Preschool, kindergarten. You've been indoctrinated with lies. You've been indoctrinated with lies, for real, because what I'll pick a lie out of the air. America's great. It's the richest country in the world. How? When you 200 plus trillion in debt, and then they just raised the debt ceiling again. So you finna get more and deeper clay. So, I mean, all these lies. This is a melting pot. There's no racism. Okay. There's no racism. Why do disgruntled Edomites always make things a racial issue? Why is everything a color thing when it comes to Edomites? Because like I said before, there are no Edomites around. Racism does not exist. It's when they come around, that's when racism exists.
Y'all the ones that came up with the concept of race is by your color.
Exactly.
Mongoloid, Negroid, Caucasoid.
That was a lie. That Darwinism,
Yep.
they tried to put that on Ham, Shem, and Japheth. That ain't it, no. You are Esau.
Yeah. There's 18 nations, man. Come on, man.
They tried to marry pseudoscience and religion.
Yeah.
Christianity, as a matter of fact, like the elder said. So it ain't gonna work for you, E. You are the wicked. The whole world knows it. Matter of fact, it was an Ishmaelite that said, he addressed it to the small hats. He said, I want to be clear. Nobody likes you. Nobody believes you. That's why they getting banned from traveling to other countries. And at the same time, that's why they stuck in Israel getting rocked by them rockets.
Yeah. Plus, if you try to go anywhere, you can't hide that nose.
No.
You're gonna be hitting every damn thing.
You know how many masks you got to put on to hide that shit?
Yeah. You the real life Pinocchio, for real.
Can't stop lying.
Because you ever seen like an old ass Amalekite, their nose is huge. It's pointy. It's like literally a witch nose.
That's why they have a lot of cosmetic surgery,
Yeah.
man. They be trying to hide who they are.
Man, if anybody can fly on the broom, it would be you flying on your own nose.
No, that's the real life Pinocchio right there,
Yeah.
man. Liars and the big ass nose.
Then they try to they try to talk about the Lord, saying that the Lord's mom was a harlot.
Wow.
When in all actuality,
I'm not surprised.
Amalek's mom was a concubine.
Mm-hmm.
See how they just lie? Most of the lies they telling on themselves. That go back to John 8:44. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. Meaning, when he lying on you, he talking about himself.
Yeah. Hey, matter of fact, that also goes to these men that try to come up against the apostles and elders. We seen it with man, Pegatron, man.
Sister no light.
Yeah, sister no light. You know?
He's somebody's sister now, I promise you.
Yeah, cause man, they doing him dirty. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, cause once they read your rap sheet, what you in here for? It's a rap.
Once they read your spirit.
Yeah, and your spirit too.
You can't go up in there with that black conscious shit. and there's some Israelites on the same cell block,
Yep.
you finna get cut up some more. Ain't no running, Sister Polite. You getting cut up in jail. You getting cut up on the streets. And then the Lord gonna come and personally cut you. So you done.
That's a horrible way to go. Matter of fact, I got Jeremiah 6 and verse 30. Reprobate silver, men shall call them, because the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah rejected them. Right? Old buddy that came up against here, Sister Polite. All right. As it remains to be seen so far, Pegatron and just the light. They bugged out, man. They out of here, man.
Man, he been done. He been on. I haven't seen him lately.
Yeah, I ain't heard about
Pegatron.
it.
I get that Shane finally caught up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Matthew 8 and 16. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hung about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
Woo.
See, you should have just been dead, but now you gotta live through this. Hey, you gotta live through that, man. You embarrass yourself. I'm talking about Pegatron.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta live with that shit. Polite as well.
Yeah.
You gotta live with that, what you was accusing the elders and apostles of, and you end up being the one that end up doing the shit, man. So you got to live
Told
with that
you.
now. You expose yourself, man.
Yeah.
And how much more you other people out there that get on your phones, getting these videos on social media, and you talk bad about the elders and apostles, man. Talking bad about the brothers on the highways and hedges. Just understand that eventually you're gonna have to eat them words, man, like a bag of Oreos, dog. You got to scarf them right back down, man. And in times we living in, a lot of y'all about to see it. A lot of you about to see it, especially you cocky people.
Yeah. And matter of fact, going back to that scripture as well, that also means the death that the Lord has in store for you, as you read in Revelation 9, men shall seek death and shall not find it. That's a horrible way to go. So check it, when you, not only is you in the water, you drowning, the the rocks is tied around your neck or wherever it's tied around, and it's just no escaping, man.
Pulling you down.
Yeah, it's just pulling you down. That's a horrible way to go.
Man.
But see, the fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh.
Yeah.
They don't think nothing gonna happen to him until it happens to him. Don't be the next one to find that out the hard way, Israel. Northern and Southern Kingdom. Don't be the next one to find that out the hard way. Take it for what it's worth. You come against his word, the Lord gonna jack you up according to how he wants you to be jacked up.
Yeah. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Did your brother have it? I was about to say.
I got 2 Thessalonians.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, perfect one. Oh, was you about to get it?
Yeah, kind. It's 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 11. It says, as for this cause Yahweh shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness, man. Pegatron, Sister No Light, you know, all you niggas that came up against this truth, the elders and the apostles, man, look at how the Lord be doing y'all. Because that was really the Lord's plan all the time. You know, is to have y'all come up against the prophets, and then the Lord expose y'all for what y'all doing that y'all try to say that we doing. But we're not doing that.
I got this script.
Oh, yeah. The water out.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. And you ain't gonna know you there until that oh shit moment. And then it's too late to do anything about it. The Lord knows how to get you. He knows how to hit you, when, and where.
Thinking that most of you thinking that you're getting away with something because
Oh, y'all good? It's on us. Y'all good? Yeah, I was about to say, I'm trying to go through.
yeah, a lot of y'all think y'all
No, it's
just
a
getting
car.
away with things because you know that judgment is prolonged and you still hearing that, you still walking around this world, but the Most High, like he said, he know when to hit you, man. You know, the time and the place to get you, man, and there ain't no way out of it. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil, man. So y'all think that, hey, I got away with it, but God ain't see me, God ain't see this, and God ain't see that, which he sees everything. He just ain't smacked you on your ass yet.
Yeah.
That is setting you to do more wickedness. Like, you go rob a bank, you get away with it. You done got cocky, now you got away with a couple of thousand. Now you done got cocky, now you wanna go run and you wanna go rob a bigger bank. Like, set it off. They was robbing them little banks and then they went to hit the big bank. Cost them lives. Because that pride got in the way. Remember, pride goes before destruction, man. And that's how it happens. You start off small on some dumb shit, and then you get prideful because you got away with it. You thought you got away with it, but it wasn't time for you to be set an example of yet, because that pride got to get you first. Next thing you know, you get to the pride thinking you're going to deal with a bigger bank. Hey, you and your loved ones that you was robbing bank with are dead.
Yeah.
Or they dead and you in jail having to live with that.
Hey, just like with Esau, all the shit that he's done to us, he gonna try to put something inside of our heads or our hands to finalize everything. And then when he do that, that's when the Lord gonna show his power through his elect.
Yeah. For all you hard-headed Israelites out there, the Lord ain't necessarily got to do nothing to you directly. He can hit one of your family members,
Yeah.
your children, your mother, your father,
Or both at the same time.
your husband, your wife. It's a lot of ways to get you. You don't want to find out. You don't want to test that. Because he will show up and show out. And when he does, one thing is hard to live with is regret. I shouldn't have mocked and scoffed the Lord. I shouldn't have mocked and scoffed his men. I shouldn't have mocked and scoffed his name, the word. But you did, and you found out the hard way. Don't be that guy.
Hey, just like that brother had a dream of the death angel going through, don't be surprised that comes to pass, man. There's nothing new under the sun, right? Death angel was coming through in the time of Egypt. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again, and you Jakes are going to learn the hard way. Again, yeah. This last time you got off scot clean. This time the Lord gonna jack you up. He gonna lump you in with Esau, Edom, and these other nations, right? As the brother quoted the scripture earlier, you know, you're going to be thrust through. Though hand join in hand, ye shall not be unpunished. Just roughly paraphrasing the scriptures. So now you're going to get cut up. It's, you know, last time it was just the Egyptians. This time it's going to be you, Jake, and other nations too.
I got a precept to that, how the Lord, you know, messed up the Egyptians back then, you know, and he's going to do the same thing in this time, but he's going to have a lot of you Jakes be messed up too. This Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, it says, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So everything that you see happening right now, judgment, and the Lord delivering his elect, all that's going to happen again, man. You know, it's going to be magnified this time, the Lord doing miracles. It's going to be on a whole nother level. That's why when we get delivered, we're going to be talking about the deliverance from this modern day Egypt, us getting beamed up. You know?
Second Exodus.
Yep.
The way that the days are old are spoke among the brothers in this truth now. That's how it's going to be spoke of in the kingdom. The brothers going to be telling their kids about it, man.
You don't want to be watching the second Exodus on the ground.
Yeah.
You don't want to be looking up at the second Exodus. You want to be looking down.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking down, that means you up in the chariot looking down.
That's the dream I had a couple of years back, bro. Me and a couple of brothers was in this bubble, where we was able to see through the floor, and it was just fire raging on, bro. It was just plenty fire raging on up under there, and I took it as being in the chariot, watching this place burn down, which is gonna be a beautiful thing to see, because we so fucking tired of this place.
Yeah.
I had the same dream, man. I had a dream the chariot beat me up out of my J's. And and I could see through it. It was like I was in a glass bubble. And we was going this way, and there was a nuke coming right at me. But I wasn't scared. In this dream, I was not scared. Matter of fact, I never felt so secure.
Yeah.
And I reached up and touched the belly of the nuke as it passed. And then I turned around, far as everywhere I could see, the land was on fire. The sky was on fire. The water was on fire. And then the chariot it dropped me off where my family was. And my sister, my mom and them, they was all waiting on me. They had gifts. They were like, where you been? I'm like, well,
hey.
Then that's when I woke up.
Yeah.
It dropped me off. And I still had on socks. I remember every detail of this dream vividly. So, I mean, you never know. But one thing you don't want to have a vision of you getting judged. I'd rather have a vision of being beamed up than destroyed.
Yeah, that's a horrible. Hey, this incoming destruction. That's a horrible way to go, man. That's a horrible. Man, your tongue, your eyes. The Lord just allowing your whole body to feel it.
And he don't feel nothing bad about it because you deserve it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think that's gonna happen. They think you die and go to hell. No, hell coming to you,
coming to
homie.
you.
In the form of nuclear lake of fire. Let me find it real quick.
Yeah, it's not like Deacon Hakai and Assad was saying, the whole little tiny ass lake. No, it's
That was a river or something.
like,
I'm
nigga,
like, man, stop it.
That's what happens when you try to be too deep, man. You go off the rails.
They try to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
To keep people, they were always trying to one up you, one thing. And number two, they want to come off as if they know more than the elders. They just discover some new truth, because like the elder said, the plain old regular truth is not entertaining enough. So they got to spruce it up. They got to add some more spices and all this here because it's bland. And the truth is bland, but guess what? If you master this book, that's when you get to add your own flavor to it. Because you get to break it down like you want to, long as it's within doctrine.
Yeah, doctrine, yep.
I got this one right here for all y'all who think that you die and go to hell. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 20. As they gathered silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in mine fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. What does that sound like? First of all, if you die and go to hell, spirits cannot burn because spirits are pure energy.
Yep.
You need something material to burn. That's your ass. That's what's gonna be burning.
I mean, as a Christian, what happened to the Egyptians? See? Did they just die and go to hell? You see, Christianity wasn't there back then. So what happened to it? They ain't got an answer for that, man. Right? The Lord deals with balance. Those Egyptians died and it came back. Just like you die and you come back. Right?
I heard a brother talking about that the other day about the reincarnation. You dying and you're coming back. That spirit in you is gonna stay the same. If you die and you were spitting this truth, when you come back, you're gonna be doing the same thing.
Yep.
You can even die with this spirit, and the Most High can bring you back in the flesh to look like an Edomite, but you still a Jake in the inside, man.
Yeah.
The spirit, you gotta understand these things, but a lot of people don't understand this book, man. That's why a lot of y'all get jacked up out here too.
They done been indoctrinated in Christianity. So if it doesn't break down the way the Christians break down, they'll call you a liar. Despite the fact that you reading this scripture right out the book to them. But if you don't break it down like the Christians, that's when you all kind of liars. That's when you bringing all kind of damnable heresies. Like brother said, these Jehovah's called us the KKK twice.
Yeah. Just because they didn't believe what we believed in. We ain't call them damn devils, which we're in the right to say so. We was just having a conversation, breaking down the scriptures, letting you know that what we have is the truth and what you have is a lie. It's like, nah, you the KKK.
What about them small heads over there, man, pretending to be us, man?
Come on now.
Saying that they God's chosen, saying that they do whatever he say. They doing the complete opposite. That's why the Lord fucking them up right now.
Man, they got kosher cigarettes, kosher pork, kosher cocaine. I'm like, stop it.
If it ain't kosher, like, come on, man.
Just because you add the word kosher in front of it don't make it clean.
And if you a pedo, I'm gonna say it like that, and you an ish, they fly over there. They got a safe city over there. They welcome you.
They can get as much child booty as they want to.
Yeah, all they got to do, man. Kidnap your child and have them flown in. Matter of fact, they canceled the Pride Parade because they scared they were gonna get rocked.
Actually, it did. It did, if I'm not
counted.
mistaken.
They
No,
had
no,
it.
They got rocked.
it did get rocked.
Oh,
It did.
oh,
A missile did hit it.
outstanding.
Yeah, hey, that's what I said. That's why I was joyful in the spirit when I was reading all that stuff. So it actually did get hit. If I got the article, I'll end up sending it.
Got
Good
rocked.
for their ass.
Rightfully so.
So if they can't figure out that the Lord is not with them by now, they got their cognitive dissonance turned up a little too high.
It's turned up high, bro, because that pride that set in, they gonna stick with that until they be proven wrong by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Oh, let me.
You know, we already done put the truth out there about them, but the world, they don't want to hear us, so they gonna have to hear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai when he pulls up in them chariots and put the ass to these cats, man, and he let get them spiritual powers, man.
I got a precept of what you brought out earlier, Ak, when we were talking about, prophets. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 32. We talking about reincarnation. You are who you was back then. If you was a prophet, hey, you gonna be bringing that word out, man. If you was a wicked, abominable, pervert ass nigga, man, you gonna be that same thing today. It says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. If you subject to something, that's what you bound to, that's what you are.
Yep.
Right? So that the spirits that the Lord created when the earth was first made, they just keep coming back. Keep coming back. You might look, different. Maybe if you a speckled Israelite, but you still an Israelite through the spirit, like the brother said.
Yep.
It ain't gonna change what you do, because that's that spirit that's inside of you. That's that the Lord put in you. That's having you do what you do on the physical, in the earth. So y'all always gonna be wicked and dirty and disgusting, abominable people.
Yeah, matter of fact, I got one. I'm gonna bring it out, and then if you got your scripture, I got I know we gotta hurry up. Daniel 12 and verse 13. But go thy way to the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days. When it says rest, Daniel was to pass away, and then we'll come back, and it'll be a prophet, right? Don't be surprised, Daniel back here today prophesying against these wicked ass Edomites, man, against this wicked ass kingdom, right? That's regeneration, reincarnation.
And our people, they understood that back in the day, man. That's something that our people don't get today. And even with Yahweh Shai, he went through that same thing, man. This is Matthew 16 and 13. When Yahweh Shai came unto the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that the Son of Man am? And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, and one of the prophets. So they was saying that Yahweh Shai was one of the other of these different prophets, man. So they had to understand reincarnation back then. Even when he rose up the third day, his men didn't even know who. They couldn't even recognize him.
Let me see. We might have been.
How else would the same things and events be happening now? Got to be the same spirits just that.
Yep.
And
Especially
acting those
Trump.
events out.
Trump and Nero.
Nero.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, they stole that from us, the king. We know who he is through the spirit.
Yeah, we know. I mean, I think that was aimed at us.
Yeah.
No kings. Because the government, if they created that event, they named it. They know Trump ain't no king, far from it. He ain't a king's jester. He don't even qualify to be a court jester. He's not good enough to be a fool for a king. So no, they was aiming that at us.
I got Matthew 1 and 1, the book of the generations of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. We had the old boy over there. He was screaming out the J word, man, bringing out the passive voice. Well, I'm over here losing mine. Slack it. The son of David, the son of Abraham. Who was the son of David? King Solomon. Who was the son of Abraham? Isaac. Right? With your spiritual lenses are open, right? That's what Yahweh Shai in his past lives. He said, I come through the volume of the book. It's written of me, just roughly paraphrasing the scriptures.
Yep.
So Yahushua is all throughout the scriptures. And when you go into to the scriptures about the Most High Yahweh, right? The Ancient of Days, right? He has no beginning. He has no end, right? But yeah, we gonna go ahead and close it out. It's starting to come down on us. Any brother got anything else?
No.
All right.
Good.
All right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Urakudash. Devon to the apostles, Devon to the elders, the great millstone, Ruel, and touches truth. And Baba Shalom. Man, second time, man. Start raining on us.
Rainy, yeah.
I'm tired of rain.
And
It's
they,
been raining all year.
yeah.
I seen that. I seen y'all that picture. I'm like, it's gonna rain every damn day.
It's been
Yeah.
raining all year.
And the damn devils take out our old spot by the Iroquois Park.
Yeah, they put and down there we used to be under the bridge. They gated that off by the stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
They
So
gated that off.